Hi folks, welcome to Promptables. Today's video is a big video, and we're going to go in depth on how to use the Spark, Canvas, Blueprint, and then Lens connection to build an entire app with the least amount of credits as possible. So first of all, how we're going to start is I'm going to start by saying I like to use Greta. Greta is a great AI coding app. Now you can use whichever one you want, and the settings are going to be different for each of them. You have to be the expert in order to get full use here, but I will show you how I use Greta to use Spark, Canvas, Blueprint, and Lens to build my apps. So as we can see, I have GitHub, and what I've done is I've taken the Spark prompt, the Canvas design guide, as well as the Blueprint PRDs, and I've followed through on using those and uploading them to GitHub. Now you can see how to do all that in other videos. I'm assuming you've watched those other videos and you've already got those uploaded to GitHub. So if we go back, we can see that we have GitHub. We've got GPT test 2 as our main tree, and inside you will have a file called Promptables outputs. So if we click into there, we can see we have 3 different files. This first file is going to be your prompt from Spark. This second file is your Canvas design guide, and then lastly is your Blueprint PRDs. And we want to use these all together to develop our app. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to Greta, and I've already hooked up to GitHub inside of my AI coding app, and all I have to do now is import from GitHub. So it's now searched my repositories, and I know that this is test 2, so I'm just going to click on test 2, and I'm going to import it, and it is going to start building my app. Okay, so it's pulled it all in, and now I'm just going to put in something like develop the app using the above GitHub documents. So you can see it knows it's Guapo Mango Tours. It is using all of those GitHub files, and it's going to build it out for me. Okay, so Greta has taken our GitHub repository. It's imported it all in. It's taken the information inside of that, and it has made us what I can only assume is a fully functioning website with a booking page, payment, and all those good things. Now, what happens at this point usually in your journey of building apps or web pages or anything like that is now you're like, oh, you'll find buttons don't work, or you have to manually go through all the booking and stuff like that. Not to mention that there could potentially be back-end issues that you just can't see. So how we're going to solve that is we are going to use our Promptables Lens tool to suss out all of the issues happening here, and then be able to bring those prompts. It'll give us the prompts we need to fix them inside of the tool. So let's take a look here. So we'll just do a quick over here. We can see it's obviously a beautiful site. It is it knows where we want to go. It knows all the things that we want to do. You want to see the complete itinerary. It's going to give you the different pages, right? show you certain things. Now obviously you're going to want to, maybe you want to change the images, you want to put in an actual video and all those good things. Let's test out, let's say if we want to book. So we're going to go up here and we're going to book. So let's say we need to manage it. So we'll choose the date. Let's say we want it on the 11th. So it is said the 11th. We can go to the next step. What do we need here? So we need the name. Let's say we want one guest. And we'll just go like that. There we go. And that's all the things that we actually need. We'll go to the next step. Okay. All right. So we asked it to do Gcash or credit or debit. So you know, we'll go to the next step and agree, complete the booking. Okay. So I can tell right now we haven't initiated a Superbase database to be able to complete these bookings. So I bet you once we use Lens, it is going to tell us that in the back end it's saying that, right? So what do you do now? Well, now all we have to do is we take a look over here. It's given us everything, and we go up to GitHub, and what we're going to do is we're going to push this code, okay? So we'll push the code. All right, so if we take a look at GitHub, and go back out to GPT, go to repositories, we're going to test 2. We can see that it is now pulled because it knows my tool Greta. It knew since I pulled the files in from test 2, that's where it should push them as well. So we've got the files in here, we've got SRC, the Promptables outputs gives it context, all of that good stuff. So now what do we do? So now all we have to do is we go back to test. And we also have to make sure that it's public. If it is private, a lot of these, when you push, it will make the repository private, and all you have to do is go over here, and you're going to go to settings in GitHub, and you just go down to the bottom, developer settings, and you can either get a personal access token if you want to keep it private, or you can also go to go back home. You can go to the tests. Okay, test 1, test 2, see more. We need to find test 2. Once we're in test 2, you would go into the actual repository setting. And you're just going to scroll all the way to the bottom. And where it's going to give you the danger zone, you can change the visibility from public to private or private to public. In this case, we want it public. So all we have to do now is we don't need settings in this case. We'll go back. So this is all we need. GPT test 2. I'm going to copy that. And we're going to go back into Promptables, and we're going to go to Lens. Okay. So we'll go into Lens. And so it gives you a few instructions on how to do this. I'm just going to pop it in there. We're going to let it do its thing. And what it's going to do is it's going to go through all that GitHub code, and it's going to find any sort of back-end errors. It's going to give us a severity list and all those good sort of things. Okay, so since we only put in the high level URL for the repository, it's taken a high level look at what we have going on here. And you can see it is just amazing what it's found, right? It says your hash routing could cause SEO problem. you're missing 404 error handling. That's huge if you want to talk about SEO. Like if you don't have 404 error handling, and how would you know that? By just looking at the web page there. You wouldn't know it. So what has it done? It has actually given you the prompt to fix that. All you have to do is copy that, paste it into your AI coding assistant, and it should be able to go through there and fix that. Let's see, component and state issues. The calendar component is missing proper date validation. Okay, so we want to be able to validate that. Form submission lacks proper error handling, missing loading state for data fetch. And these are all things you wouldn't necessarily know just by looking at the page and clicking around on the front end. You know, you may find a few of them, but obviously the beauty is that it also gives you the prompts to plunk into the tool to start moving forward with some of the errors. Now, one other thing that you can do is you can dig a little bit deeper here. So let's go to our GitHub repository, and if we go into SRC, and let's say we have components, if we want to dig into one file in particular, I'm just going to go, is it common? No, maybe it's layout. Oh, so we got the footer and the header. Maybe let's go to SRC and then pages, and we can take a look at the different pages. So let's say the booking page. Maybe there's an issue with that. So we'll click into the booking page, and all we have to do is take this, Control C. We're going to copy that because we can see the code. We are going to go back to Lens, and we'll say analyze this. You don't have to. Really, you can just paste in the URL, and it's going to go in there and take specifically that page, and it's going to analyze it for you. Because while your initial one was high level, you're going to sometimes notice that if you can really narrow it down, it's going to give you a much better answer. But in all honesty, in this particular case, it's going to say all the same things, right? Like you didn't have error handling for your calendar and things like that. But you know, it's really dug down here a lot more. So it's going to give you your fixes. So your critical fixes are to add step-by-step form validation, implement proper payment integration, which we know we don't have, fix validation for the 24-hour rule, add error handling, high priority, you know, improve accessibility, focus management, add booking confirmation system, which would be your super base, I'm sure. And so once again, it's giving you the prompts to use all this. You don't have to manually go through and click here and click there and figure out if it's working or not, especially when you have back issues. So I really hope that this Spark, Canvas, Blueprint, Lens combination helps you build the best app you can, and do it fast. You know, all of this could take days to try and figure out, and we've just done it in less than 15 minutes. So go on out there, use Promptables, and build the app that you want.